All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the 20th anniversary of Sauvetage, Bénévole, Outaouais, Ottawa Volunteer Search and Rescue. To keep the speeches short tonight, we all encourage you to use the term SBO OVSAR instead of having to use our full name. Sorry, to introduce myself. My name is Lawrence Conway. I am actually with Public Safety Canada, and I'm the manager of the Search and Rescue Modernization Team. And I'm also a long-standing member of SBO OVSAR. I've been with the team for 12 years.
Alors, bonsoir tout le monde. Mon nom est Catherine Michel, vice-présidente ici avec le Sauvetage Bénévole Outaouais, Ottawa Volunteer Search and Rescue, qu'on connaît affectueusement comme SBO OVSAR. Alors, ça me fait un immense plaisir de vous souhaiter la bienvenue à cet événement qui célèbre 20 ans d'existence de notre organisation. Alors, merci beaucoup. On apprécie vraiment votre présence ici ce soir.
To start off the evening, we're going to ask Michael Christensen, the president of I can't say the name, but it's too long, SBO OVSAR, to come up with opening remarks. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I want to extend a warm welcome to the Honorable Andrew Leslie, Michel Picard, Ham Damoff, Lisa McLeod, Robert Boussière, Gina Wilson, and all of our guests. We're especially lucky to have Anne Baranabe Simar and Imran Syed here to share the evening with us. You're very close to our hearts because you represent why we do what we do. I'm delighted to have you here to celebrate Sauvetage Bénévole Outaouais Ottawa Volunteer Search and Rescue's 20th anniversary, to have so many members, past and present, partners, sponsors, and stakeholders attend this event is outstanding. Most of you know who I am, but if you don't, my name is Michael Christensen. I've had the honor to be an elected board member of SBO OVSAR since 2013, and now I've been elected president just in time for our 20th anniversary celebration. Although many of you have been with the team longer than I have, you may not know that my history in search and rescue goes back more than 20 years. When I was 17 years old, I stretched the truth slightly about my age so that I could take part in a wilderness survival course run by the Lakehead Search and Rescue Unit in Thunder Bay. And why I was so interested that I couldn't wait another year to do that, I really couldn't say. But clearly there was a seed planted, and although it took a while to sprout, it's found fertile ground here with this organization. Now, our organization has had different names and different uniforms over the years, but our mission has remained the same: to assist individuals and communities by providing quality search and rescue and search management services, public education programs to help people enjoy the outdoors safely, and assistance to communities during emergencies. From humble beginnings, and you'll hear more about that shortly, we've grown to over 140 members, every one of us a volunteer. More than 90 of our team members are fully qualified as searchers, trained in navigation, first aid, search theory, the incident command system, and more, ready to respond to calls for assistance from local authorities 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Our specialty teams include canine, mountain bikes, wilderness first aid, tracking, and incident management, and our gear is getting more sophisticated every year. I'm very proud to be part of such an amazing group of women and men. As one of 300 volunteer search and rescue groups across Canada, we're united by a love for the outdoors and a willingness to head out in the rain at midnight to help a perfect stranger. Above all, our 20th anniversary is your accomplishment and a chance to recognize something that deserves recognition more often. Thanks to Chris Kitzan, Yvan Bourgeois, Claudia Larouche, and Gillian Desnoyers and the staff at the Canada Aviation and Space Museum for all their support, not least the use of this amazing space to host this event. And lastly, I want to take a moment to give a special thank you to my team at SBO OVSAR for your consistent effort and camaraderie. We couldn't make this work without every one of you. I hope you enjoy the rest of our celebration. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup, Michael. Alors, ça nous fait grand plaisir présentement là, d'avoir des mots de bienvenue, en fait, là, du Musée de l'Aviation et de l'Espace du Canada.
So now we'd like to welcome up Mr. Chris Kitzan, the Director General of the Canada Aviation and Space Museum.
Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and all you awesome volunteers. I've really been a little bit thrown as I've walked in here today to have so many people come up to me and thank us for what we're doing, and it's been a bit of a surprise because, quite frankly, thank you both for what you do for our community, but also here at the museum. I mean, today I see this as a major win-win. I was here with my boys earlier today. You bring life to the museum, and the interaction that you had with our visitors was fantastic, quite frankly. Au nom du musée, nous sommes vraiment fiers d'avoir l'opportunité d'être ici pour célébrer votre 20e anniversaire et de collaborer avec vous. At the museum, we really do understand the importance and impact of volunteers, including Catherine. You know, when you come here on any given day, you can't help but bump into volunteers everywhere you go. You'll find them on the floor, and some of the same individuals, you come in Monday through Friday, they're here. You come in on the weekend, you know, some of them are there as well, and for special events. It's the same people coming, dedicating their time. They're in our archives. They're back in a lot of our conservation shops as well, preserving our country's history. So, you know, we recognize that everything that you do is special. And without what you do, I know that the OPP and the other groups that do search and rescue and the volunteers here at the museum, we wouldn't be as successful as we are without your input and with your contribution. I understand, I had in my notes over 130 volunteers. I guess it's more than 140 volunteers. And I also know, both from watching Jillian, who works here at the museum and talks a lot about the work that she does, she's very proud of it, obviously. This isn't the type of volunteer work that you can do sort of with a half commitment either. You know that obviously when you make a commitment to be part of this group, you are available, and that's also special because it's easy for a number of us to volunteer our time, put in a few hours there, a few hours here, but I understand that you're really on call, that you're available, you're ready to go into action when required, and I think we're going to hear a couple of stories today from those that have been impacted by the work that you do. So we have been collaborating with you for a couple of years now, I understand. I've only been here since November. I find this very special. I find actually when I'm here on a day like today, that type of collaboration is the sort of collaboration that I want to do in more areas. When you see the OPP, when you see the fire department, when you see paramedics, when you see Orange here, when you see all of you groups working collaboratively in a space, providing programming, that again is very special, and I'd like to see that happen in a lot more different areas. It's the sort of thing that I'm trying to construct, but it seemed like it happened pretty organically with you, and again that really impressed me. So I do hope that we continue to expand that work, to make those connections. I'm open to all sorts of ideas and opportunities, ways of making this museum alive, because that is one of the things that we're trying to do, to make it to connect people. We've got the history. We've got one of the best collections in the world, actually, when it comes to aircraft. We've got a great museum. The space is here. But how can we continue to make it live? And today was an example of one of those activities that brings it to life. We're also, and I mean, because I'm always seeing connections. So again, the sort of work that you're doing, when I'm in other areas of the museum and I'm watching, and you know, there's other types of search and rescue work that impacts a corporation like ours. We're part of 3 museums: Science and Tech, Aviation and Space, and Agriculture. Recently, we brought in a new acquisition on special canine technology, cameras for the dogs, how some of these dogs make their way through and support the work that you're doing as well. So that's special. We're also working with the IEEE to commemorate the world's first search and rescue using satellite technology. Le 9 septembre 1980, un avion s'écrase dans les montagnes de la Colombie-Britannique. Une station terrestre canadienne d'Ottawa localise l'avion grâce au système de satellite Corpus SARSAT. Des équipes de recherche et sauvetage sont alors déployées, ce qui permet de sauver tout le monde à bord. So a monumental moment, and it happened here in Ottawa. as a connection between that satellite technology and search and rescue teams. So over the next year, we've got a number of big programs, and again, through Jillian, through your other connections, we'd be happy to work with you. We're going to be celebrating the 150th with everybody else. We'll be talking in particular about innovation and the impact Canadians have had on technologies in aviation and space. And, you know, there are examples, obviously, in the search and rescue field as well. We'd love to bring some of those stories out. We're going to be focusing more and more on youth programming. We've got some ambitious plans to build another center here. We're working with colleges and universities. We'd love to have lab spaces, hands-on lab spaces, UAVs, rovers, manufacturing, etc. And again, what you're doing is hands-on as well. When I walked into that trailer today and was given an overview of the work that you do, I was very impressed. And so was my 9-year-old as he was sort of talked through the circles and what you should do if you get lost. And finally, we're working on space. Now that might be a little bit out of the domain here, but again, as I mentioned, with the satellite technologies, GPS, etc., there is a story to be told as well. So thank you so much for everything that you do for us at the museum, for the community writ large. I look forward to continuing on this partnership, and happy anniversary.
We just want to reiterate, you know, the amazing support that the museum has provided, is providing to us, you know, including sort of hosting our command post and all our worldly goods. You know, for us that's pretty important. And then also, you know, the kind of collaboration that we had today with To the Rescue. So c'est vraiment excitant d'entendre parler là, des possibilités pour le futur, parce que je pense pas qu'on aurait pu rêver là, d'avoir un meilleur partenaire, un partenaire aussi accueillant et généreux. Alors, thank you so much for the consideration.
So before we proceed to our next speaker, I just want to remind everybody that there is a silent auction going on currently. The items are all just located back to my left. There's all kinds of wonderful prizes available for anybody's bidding. And anybody who loses out, we offer one free rescue if you ever get lost and get no part. The second rescue there's a charge for it. So it's now my pleasure to invite Michel Picard to the stage. So Michel Picard is the Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Public Safety and Emergency Management.
Merci, bonsoir. J'aimerais commencer par saluer quelques personnes. Premièrement, mon bon ami et collègue Andrew Leslie, qui dirige notre vie parlementaire, notre Grand Whip. Je n'ai pas vu Mme Lisa MacLeod, qui est aussi membre du gouvernement provincial, Anne-Étienne Carlton. Pam Damoff, petit mot si vous permettez. Pam she's still a member of the Security Committee, and I would like to acknowledge her work and leadership that she showed on the study on occupational stress injury. We expect a report shortly, and I salute the great work that she did during last spring. Mrs. Gina Wilson, also Assistant Deputy to the Ministry of Public Safety. Monsieur Robert Bussière, maire de la Pêche et préfet. Enfin, Monsieur le Président. Bonjour tout le monde. Alors, bonsoir à tous. Je suis très heureux d'être ici en cette occasion mémorable. Au nom du ministre Goudet, j'aimerais d'abord féliciter l'organisme SBO OVSAR Scrabble. That's gonna pay. Pour avoir atteint son jalon important. Pendant 20 ans, les bénévoles dévoués de cet organisme se sont tenus prêts à servir les collectivités de la région de la capitale nationale, de l'Est de l'Ontario et de l'Ouest du Québec. Les 130 membres qui sont de permanence 24 heures par jour toute l'année ne méritent pas que des éloges, mais aussi des remerciements et tout notre soutien. They donate significant amounts of their time to train, to respond, and ultimately to help safeguard our communities. And indeed, this organization is one of more than 300 volunteer search and rescue teams operating across the country, helping to protect their communities. The Government of Canada gratefully acknowledges the role that volunteer search and rescue teams play in our country's emergency management framework. There has never been a major event in which they were not involved in some way. It is important that we support them in carrying out the vital work that they do. As you may know, the annual conference SAR scene is approaching and will be held in Edmonton from October 12 to 17. Public Safety Canada is proud to partner with Alberta Office of the Fire Commissioner and SAR Alberta to co-host this important event. Nous réunissons des intervenants de la recherche et sauvetage, des éducateurs publics, des décideurs et d'autres intervenants qui viennent de l'ensemble du Canada et du monde entier. Pour les participants, il s'agit d'une magnifique occasion d'échanger des connaissances, de perfectionner des compétences et des habiletés, de se renseigner sur les technologies et les services à la fine pointe et de favoriser la poursuite de la collaboration et de l'interopérabilité entre tous les niveaux de la recherche, les sauvetages et de la gestion des urgences au Canada. Voilà qui est essentiel parce que la recherche et sauvetage au Canada n'est possible qu'avec la collaboration d'un grand nombre d'acteurs différents. Les gouvernements, les organisations et les premiers intervenants, qu'ils soient rémunérés ou bénévoles, qui unissent leurs efforts pour protéger les Canadiens. Cette année, dans le cadre de la consultation générale sur la modernisation de la politique relative au Programme national de recherche et de sauvetage et du cadre de gouvernance, Sécurité publique Canada accueille un forum sur la politique de recherche et sauvetage. Nous nous réjouissons à l'idée d'entamer un dialogue avec la communauté de recherche et de sauvetage concernant ce sujet et d'autres priorités en matière de sécurité publique. Pour ceux d'entre vous qui sont intéressés à participer, vous pouvez vous inscrire au forum sur la politique de recherche et de sauvetage qui se tiendra à l'occasion du congrès SAR Seine sur le site web de Sécurité publique Canada. Mesdames et messieurs, je tiens à conclure mon allocution en vous remerciant de l'énorme service que vous rendez à nos concitoyens. Vous méritez la plus grande reconnaissance et tout notre respect pour le rôle crucial que vous jouez en veillant à la sécurité des Canadiens. Once again, you deserve the utmost gratitude and respect for the critical role you play in keeping Canadians safe. C'est un honneur pour moi d'être ici au moment où vous prenez le temps de célébrer votre réussite, votre longévité et la place importante que vous avez méritée au sein de la communauté de gestion des urgences au Canada. Je vous souhaite du succès à l'avenir et un joyeux 20e anniversaire. Merci. Thank you.